I don't have time even to die. Have you heard this phrase around you? Or have you ever said it yourself to you yourself or anyone around you? Well, I used to say this almost like an affirmation. And the more I said it, the more it started to become real for me. And what was the impact of that? The impact was I compromised on my health, my work efficiency. It had a huge impact on my relationship. And as a very famous saying says, your ability to manage your most precious asset, and that is time, will determine your success or failure in all areas of life. Well, today I'm here to talk about 3 ways time management can improve your productivity. This is something that most of the human beings in today's time need. So let us begin by analyzing what would you do if you had an extra 6 hours per week. Yes, take a pause and think for a moment. If you get that 1 hour extra every day, how would you utilize that time? Would it be on your business, career, passion, friends or family? One of the critical elements in becoming more productive and mastering time management is to have a strong motivation in mind. This motivation is a vision of the future, vision of what you will do or what life will look like once you have reached a certain point. But how do you find your personal motivation or for this everlasting change? The number one way to improve your time management in order to improve productivity is first to understand the myths of multitasking. We all know about multitasking, right? People multitask actually to save time, but it turns out that this, instead of saving time, it actually impacts productivity, taking more time than usual. When people think they are multitasking, very often instead, what they are doing is jumping from one task to another at the same time. Multitasking is a thief. Yes, it is a thief of time. It is thief of money, and it is also thief of your sanity. Multitasking means opening multiple files on your computer at one go. And what would be the result? The result, of course, would be that your computer is going to go slow. Rather than getting more done faster, you get actually worse results and you become slower. Why? Because your brain is physically incapable of handling multiple active tasks at same time. And the sooner we realize this, the better it works out. In today's time, how does multitasking looks like? Working on a report, replying to your messages at the same time, and also scrolling endlessly on social media. One notification on your phone and it pulls you in for many hours. This is the real-time challenge of most of the professionals today. They don't even know, but they are actually totally consumed by this addiction. So the first step to avoid being distracted and get pulled in a situation of so-called multitasking is switch off all your notifications. It's like you have put out a board of do not disturb outside your brain's cabin. Only when you press the button can someone enter into your cabin, else the space remains with zero invasion in your scheduled time. It works. Fix a time for checking all those messages at one go and revert in batches so that you maintain a habit and discipline of focus on important tasks first. Now, since we are talking about saying no to multitasking, let me share the second way to effective time management that results in great productivity. What is that? It is saying no to others. There is one word that's more powerful than any other when it comes to focusing on your time. That word is no. I'd like to stress on this very important technique. And yes, it is also called an art. Yes, saying no is an art. Art of saying no to others gracefully and tactfully. As you become more productive and manage your time better, others may see your success, and want you to participate in projects or causes or other things that they are working on. I'm proposing that you will always say no, but it's important to say no more often than you say yes. Your time is limited. So whenever you say yes to one thing, you are in effect saying no to something else. In other words, stretching yourself in order to please others will sabotage the success of anything you have already committed to. Something that was more important to you gets sidelined. So what do we do? Well, here are a few simple and effective ideas that you can use whenever someone asks you to participate in something. First, you might ask for the request through email or maybe a text message for that matter. However, email is the most preferred medium. This gives you actually a time to consider the request in a better and a calm environment where you can look at your own calendar and you're not committing in a haste, and really consider whether you truly have the time in your schedule to participate or not. Also, it allows you to prepare a response that is diplomatic and kind. In that case, you don't have to say no face to face. Asking for an email request allows you to prepare a proper response in a written format rather than making just an excuse in person. You could just be simply very uncomfortable, giving a face-to-face no. And let's be real, some people may not actually even follow up asking with you. Many people ask for help simply because you were standing there, you were face-to-face, but they weren't really committed to having you involved in that particular work. This gives them the opportunity to back out gracefully. See, it just gets more simpler. Or you could just simply reply them and actually wait for their response. And only when they have given you a proper response, that's the time you can reconsider their request of getting involved in that particular project. Another way is to ask a question every time you are being asked to submit something. When is the deadline for this? Very powerful. This will allow you to make prioritized decisions about what you have in your calendar. A common mistake most people do is that they delegate many responsibilities to their colleagues or subordinates, but don't provide clear deadlines. And this causes a lot of confusion and makes it difficult for other people to budget their time. Yes. Well, help others out by asking them to give you a when. Underlining word is when. Whenever a task is delegated. Part of saying no is also asking the question when. Maybe you're not going to say no to it altogether, but you are going to say not now, but later. This is when I'm available to do it. By learning the art of saying a tactful no to others, you will protect your time and improve your focus on your most valuable activities. And now, let us look at the third way that I stress upon for managing your time and being more effective and productive. This will surprise you a bit, but this simply works, and it is saying no to yourself. Wow, what am I saying? No is the most powerful word in your vocabulary when it comes to focus. Many people don't have challenge with saying no to others, but they have a significant challenge saying no to themselves. I see this occur most often in entrepreneurs or in people with creative fields. They have many ideas that compete for their attention, but instead of saying no to some of these ideas, they put all of them on their calendar and end up spreading themselves and their available resources very, very thin. I would like to help you gain some skill in the art of actively saying no to your own self. The easiest way to say no to yourself is to create what I would generally call it is imaginably list. What is imaginably list? It is filled with ideas, innovations, things that you might do someday, but haven't yet made the commitment to do them. When an idea comes into your head, if you are not fully committed to it, put it on the imaginably list. This will allow you to consider the idea later on without tying up valuable and previously committed resources. Set a recurring appointment for yourself to review this imaginably list, usually once a month to once every 3 months. Then take a moment and decide whether or not you're ready to take action on that idea. Delete it, leave it, or schedule it for the future review. When is also a powerful word when saying no to yourself. Again, the word came when, meaning when are you going to do it? Whenever a new idea comes into your head, ask yourself, do I need to do this now? Or can I do it later? When adding something new to your calendar, a new project, a new idea, a new initiative, ask yourself, when is the latest that I can complete this? Then put it into your calendar as far into the future as is reasonable. This will allow you to focus on the tasks at hand and not get distracted by every idea that pops into your head. By learning the skill of actively saying no to yourself, you will be better able to focus and complete the projects you already have on your plate. And you'll likely see more success by bringing projects to full completion before switching to the next big idea. At the end, I would say time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Time is precious. Use it well. Thank you.